Hello and happy Monday. I hope you had a great day. Monday being my day off is usually a nice day, and we seem to have better luck having sunshine on Mondays than we do having sunshine on Saturdays and Sundays. So it makes it even a little bit nicer. It is, went to the grocery store again today, and I have to tell you, I am just about going crazy with the price of meat. It is, I live by myself most of the time. My son's here right now, but I don't generally mind paying a little bit more for meat because it's only for one person. I cannot imagine what somebody who has, a family is doing for the price of meat, because when my kids were young, there were 4 kids, a mom and a dad, and I could no more have paid the price that we have for meat right now and feed them than fly. So, another Meatless Monday. We are going to be making spaghetti with green sauce. Now, this is the recipe book, and it's backwards. It is Better Homes and Gardens, Meals with a Foreign Flair, and we're making spaghetti with green sauce. Now, I don't think I've ever had a recipe that I actually made exactly the way the recipe book tells us, and this one is no exception. I am not fond of spaghetti, the spaghetti noodles. I rather have something that's, like a bite-sized thing. So we're going to use tonight rotini instead of spaghetti. Now I've got the water boiling for the rotini, and we've got, and I just put salt in the water. Now, a couple of reasons you put salt in the water. My mom sweared that she could taste the difference between noodles that were cooked in salted water and noodles that were not cooked in salted water. But the other thing that salt does is it lowers the boiling point so the water will boil faster. And that's the reason why we do it here. So what we're going to do, if you are making dinner with me, go ahead and get your water boiling, and then take your 1/4 cup of butter and put it in your saucepan. As soon as it starts to melt a little bit, we're going to go ahead and put in 2 tablespoons of basil and 2 tablespoons of parsley. Now, the thing about, again, the recipe is they say use whole basil. Well, I don't use, I have dried basil, and so that's what I put in there, was, crunched up dried basil and crunched up parsley. So my water's boiling, you probably can see that, and so I'm going to go ahead and put the noodles in. And get a spoon to stir them up. Now, what I didn't tell you about this cookbook is the copyright is 1963. So this was a book that I bought back in the 70s that was at a used bookstore, and they've got a bunch of nice recipes in there. They're not all meatless, but they do tend to be a little bit more foreign. So we've got the butter starting to melt. So I'm going to put the spices in. As soon as we get the spices in and the butter melted, then we're going to add pretty much everything else. I'm a pasta girl. I love pasta. And it is, and this one is a nice, easy, one, it's made with cream cheese and with some Parmesan cheese, some spices, and a little bit of olive oil and some boiling water, and that's it. So this is a meal that you can actually go from start to sitting down in about 15 or 20 minutes. It is, it's pretty amazing. And it's one that not only my kids love, but also my grandkids. Turn this down a little bit more. Okay, now, one of the things that I do, this has been sitting out for a little bit of time so that it would be softer. And I'm still going to cut it up so that it is, it melts faster. Now, if you like potato soup, and I love potato soup, putting cream cheese in your potato soup is another good way of adding protein and some pretty amazing taste as well. So my question to you today is, are you finding the same difficulty with meal planning that I am because of the price of meat? Do you want to continue doing some Meatless Mondays, or would you rather learn something else? And if you can let me know, then I'll know what to plan for next week. I found an amazing recipe for a garlic and tomato soup that would go really well with grilled cheese sandwiches. And basically, because it's made with canned tomatoes, you've got everything in your pantry. So that's another one that you can just reach in and get if you've got all of a sudden guests for dinner or something. So this is 1/3 of a cup of Parmesan, 1/4 cup of olive oil, 1 clove of garlic. Now, I'm kind of the belief that if you can only put 1 clove of garlic in, you probably don't need to put any garlic in. So I put a little bit more. And then we put a little bit of pepper in. Now, I'm using black pepper, and it's not going to be noticed. It's 1/4 of a teaspoon. It won't be noticed in here because of the garlic, or because of the basil and the parsley. It is generally, if you're making a white sauce, you are going to want to put in white pepper. Obviously, I have to go to the herb shop because I don't have any white pepper today. Okay, so now we're going to put in 2/3 of a cup of boiling water. And then we're just going to let it cook and meld together. And this is what we've got so far, if you can see. And basically, we're all done. So, I have no idea what time it is right now, but I'm thinking this has probably been 15 minutes or less. And it is, and we're good. Now, I went to the store, and I brought some rosemary olive oil bread. I did think at one point today that I would make some skillet bread, but somehow that just didn't happen today. and then I'm going to add a salad to it, and there's my dinner. So this is what it's going to look like. Got a plate, and we're going to drain the spaghetti. Try not to burn myself, but if you do, apple cider vinegar is a real good thing to put on a burn. And here's dinner. So thank you for joining me today. Let me know what you think about additional classes and if you want more meatless meals. I've got a couple of them that I'm really excited to try. Another one is a lentil cottage pie. So let me know. Have a wonderful week and enjoy the sunshine. Thank you for joining me. Bye.